hardly 4 lines of code it is going to be. Just first is initialization, second is configuration of that, where you should output, and processing. So that is nothing but you have to make it once high and once low, and give some time gap between that particular switch on and off, so that we can identify easily that blinking is happening. Some data types are there here also. This is a void is there, no data type. Then boolean is there, true and false. The character data type is there, on character source and ASCII characters. Okay. Then unsigned character is there, maximum of 0 to 255 that it is going to take. Data types again, there are so many other byte, int, unsigned int. So the ranges have been already specified over there, so you can just check it out. And word is going to be there, maximum of 64 KB. That is, I think, what is 0 to 65, 35. Then long is there, long int, short, float, double, string. Then two types again, strings of two types, array of characters, and another is advanced array of characters. Then arrays are there. Statements are going to be there here. If conditions, if else conditions. You can able to see that. If true, statement is executing. If condition, if it is true, do this. If it is not, do this. Okay. And some looping statements, while, so we will be going to have the conditions over here. Condition statements, if button is equals to true or false, check for this particular pin. So something that you can able to write where the data is going to be properly executed over there. In this, what is digital read and write, how it is going to be done in this. Digital read, it reads the data. Digital write writes to that particular pin to the data. So here in this, in order to read the status of the digital pin, you must use the read data. So we wanted to check for that particular pin that you should read digital read function. So the result is going to be stored over there. That is digital read that particular pin number. So it stores over. The pin parameter is the pin number you want to read from that. Either it may be the function returns is, either it is only two options. One is high or low depending upon the input. Digital write is there. So here this write option is going to be there for the state of in the pin that was declared as an output. So use digital write operation. That is function is going to be used. Digital write pin and the value. So which pin that you wanted to go for that, either low or high. So you can write. Already this particular these two statements have been written over there. The previous example where the blinking is going to be done for the LED. The pin parameter is the pin number. So in this pin parameter is the pin number you want to write it to, and the value of that is going to be only two values, that is high or low, that you have to specify it. Okay. In case of analog inputs and outputs. So how this is going to work out? So let us see that analog read is there. This is a function. How this it reads that from the analog pins. Let us call analog read. So here there is an integer is the analog read pin. Analog read, it reads the voltage values on a pin and returns the value as an integer. Analog read. So that's why the int is there option. That's the data type. The pin argument denotes the analog pin you want to read from. How many are there? 0 to 6 are there. So 6, any one of this, that it is going to get deferred. When referring to the analog pin, you should be specific. So either which pin that you are referring it. So A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 or A6. Okay. So this function takes approximately 100 microseconds to perform. Similarly, analog write. So here, analog write is used to write an analog output to the digital pin. So Arduino uses PWM, is nothing but pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation. So this pulse width modulation is a digital but can be used for some analog devices. So it uses a simple technique called emulate an analog output. Here it refers to two things, pulse width modulation and duty cycle. So duty cycle is nothing but how many cycles that you will use. So one cycle is one duty cycle is nothing but either 0 or low. So that period is called as one duty cycle. So how many like that? How many that duty cycle that you will use it? It is the way that simulating any value within a range by rapidly switching between the 0 to 5 volts. That's what I said. So 0 is nothing but a down. If you say up, then it is a 5 volts. 0 or 1 we can say. So that is what the only it is going to use two inputs, that is either 0 or 1. 1 is nothing but 5 volts. 0 is nothing but 0 volts. Some mathematical functions are also there. Minimum and maximum value that you can find out. Minimum returns the two numbers. So result is among the two numbers x and y. So minimum of these two, that any one of this will be there. So that it returns. Maximum is also similar to that. Then random numbers, random generation or random values that it is going to be taken for this. So random is one of the function. So it is capable of generating pseudo-random numbers using this particular random function. So it is going to use a single variable or multi-variables. So single variable random max. So result is equal to random max, where that is going to be stored over there. And random minimum and maximum. So you can use two parameters. That also you can use it. Between that it is going to be. So this function makes one or two parameters specifying the range for the random number generation. If the minimum parameter is omitted, the result will be numbered between 0 to max. Otherwise it is specific. So this is a board configuration that it is. You can able to see all these things. Okay. This is the Arduino board. Okay. So that it covers the Arduino information. Now let us see that Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi for the IoT is a physical device assigned in the points. Here we can say that we can have the introduction to Raspberry Pi. In the board again, in this also. Okay. There is a system on chip board, then Raspberry Pi interfaces, then operating system, Linux, not on the Linux board. Okay. On the Linux board also you can say, then media centers operating systems, Arduino operating system, callback, okay, recall back, recall box is there, then operating systems setup is there. There is Raspberry Pi, then formatting SD card, OS installation, so many things that we will be going to study in this, even some Python programming also. This is what the Raspberry Pi kit it is.